What's going on, BFFM? I'm Carlos. This is Steven.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome back to Brooklyn Fragrance Lab. Today, 4 fragrances from the Icon collection from Banana Republic. Keep right there.
Brooklyn fragrance lover. Brooklyn fragrance lover.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. As always, I really do appreciate it and hope you're all doing fantastic. Hello, sir.
How are you?
Thank
you for coming.
I am good. So the Icon collection from Banana Republic, a designer brand.
Mm-hmm.
We reviewed when they first came out a few years ago.
The Icon collection, was
Yeah.
it called? With the different numbers
Yes.
representing different years? Yeah, I remember that.
So these are not named by years, they're named by notes. We have here gardenia and cardamom, we have tobacco and tonka bean, we have peony and pink peppercorn, and we have dark cherry and amber.
That's awesome. And originally, I thought that the color coincided with the note, and I know this one contains cherry, but I don't know what about tobacco is purple. Perhaps in the case of some of these, I can kind of see it translating to the way that it smells, but that's the identifying thing. Each one has a different color that corresponds to the way that it's supposed to smell.
These are all very affordable. $58 for a 50 ml bottle, I believe.
It's pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, so what do we smell from these guys? This smells like gardenia. It's a creamy floral. I love it. Maybe not something I would personally wear, but I would love to smell this on a woman.
Okay.
Or a young lady. It's definitely floral. It's definitely kind of sexy. I find gardenia and floral notes, tuberose especially, I just love when women wear that note. I know your wife wears a lot of the Michael Kors,
Oh, she loves that. Yeah, for sure.
and I definitely love those kind of fragrances. What do you get, my friend?
Yeah, so the way that this one is interpreted to me, at least, it's a little bit on the lighter side.
Mm-hmm.
I know gardenia is a fantasy note, but it's always about trying to use a little bit of jasmine to sort of give it that white, clean, floral vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's translated really well here. If you're looking for something kind of muted, understated, but still classy at the same time, I think this would be a really good pick for you. I don't think anything about this is offensive. I think this is a very easy to wear scent, and it definitely gives off more of like a casual vibe, I would say,
For
right?
sure. Something that you can wear on the daily, for sure.
Yeah, not overly, professional smelling or anything like that. Not something that I would say can only be worn on a formal occasion. Excuse me.
A formal floral.
That's what I was trying to say.
You just had
go.
a Carlos moment, and God bless you. It's all good. I'm contagious.
It's all about the tongue twisters, yeah.
Next up, we have tobacco and tonka bean. It smells like tobacco. It's creamy, tonka bean. And that's pretty much about it. It doesn't have a lot of bells and whistles or nuances. Neither does this one. Neither do
Right.
any of them, actually. What the fragrances are called is pretty much what you get. So a creamy tobacco is what I get here. Not too strong. I wouldn't say it's a spice blend or spice blend. Not spice. Yeah, spice blend or spice bomb.
Okay, yeah. So this one,
Or a virtus, for that matter.
thank you. So this one is one that caught my attention from the beginning. There was just something very likable about this fragrance.
Mhm.
And the tobacco that's used in here is not one that I would compare to other tobacco-based fragrances that I've tried, but there's a little bit of that warmth underneath that I really enjoy from this one. However, it's not overly syrupy, it's not overly ambery, and like you said, kind of keeping in line with the rest of the line, it's not overly complex either. So there's something very simple yet likable about it. I dig this one. I actually like this a lot more than the first one.
All right. You got two by you. Why don't you go for it, sir?
Okay, cool. So this one is Peony and Peppercorn. And I like this one. I know it's marketed for women, but I think the peppercorn makes it a little rosy, which I can appreciate. And rose is one of these ingredients, albeit floral, that I really enjoy and I would personally wear. I really enjoy this one. Yeah.
All right. So it's a spicy. It's got a bit of a bite. The the floral component. Simple, not complicated. Nothing here is complicated, except for perhaps the last one. This is very nice.
Yep.
I've had these all on skin. I've worn them, and it's much more interesting on the paper than it was on my skin.
Okay.
The other feminine offering, the gardenia and cardamom, would pop on my skin better than this one.
Yeah.
But it is nice. Definitely inoffensive and easy to wear, and an easy grab. Grab and go. Grab, spray and go, right?
Yeah, there you go. So for the first one, it's definitely more about the gardenia than it is about the cardamom. For this one, I think it's more about the peppercorn. And just because when I smell it, I can't help but think of a very light yet sensual wispy rose that I do enjoy. I'm having a hard time saying that I like it more than the second one. I actually really do like this one, especially considering the price point. I think it's a really good bang for your buck. And then obviously the very last one is a cherry and amber combination. So this one does have red amber in it. And let me see if it's going to be overly syrupy. I know the answer to that because, believe it or not, I recently reviewed it as well. I just haven't published the video yet.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
No, it's cool. So this one I do enjoy. It's a cherry unlike other cherry fragrances that I've smelled. So it definitely doesn't smell like a Tom Ford Lost Cherry. It's not that cherry liqueur, syrupy sort of a vibe. It's not that viscous is what I'm trying to say. But it's definitely more about the amber. But I like that it's not a traditional / typical amber that's very heavy on the resins. This one is a little bit more on the sweet side.
Yeah.
A little bit more on the vanillic side. What do you think of that
Side note, this was composed by Claude Durr from Man, who was the composer of Zaharoff for Home Signature.
Yep, that's true.
This is my personal favorite out of all of them. It's sweet, but not overly sweet, not candy sweet. And it's got a really lovely, warm dry down.
Yeah,
You
it
know,
does.
the amber warms up the sweetness of the cherry, but it's a nice balance of the two. And on my skin, this one wore the best in terms of projection and in terms of longevity as well.
Okay, good. Good to hear.
This is a good one. I think this is a really, really well done fragrance. I love this one out of the whole lineup and definitely one to check out for sure. My favorite feminine masculine. My favorite feminine from this collection is the gardenia and of course the dark cherry on the masculine side for me.
That's funny. My two favorites are these. Yeah.
And that's what makes the world go around. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, you know what? I think that, I like the combination of notes that's used here. I think this one is definitely a much more interesting scent. It's really good, especially if you're looking for an entry-level tobacco. Really well done. And then I just really like the wearability of this one, but I can see why you like the two on the end. I think they're both put together very nicely.
I like the two on the end, but that's not to say that these are not worthy. They're definitely worth checking out, at the very least. And of course, you know me, I'm going to hook you up with a 5ml can of all of them. One lucky subscriber.
Cool. Nice
Thanks for
gesture.
joining me on this
Oh my god, my
review.
pleasure, of course.
Always a pleasure to have you. So, one lucky subscriber, a 5ml can of each of these fragrances. All you have to do is subscribe to Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, subscribe to Red Lessons.
Thank you.
Like this video, then leave one comment down below with what you enjoyed most about this video today. If you're new to this channel, please do consider subscribing. If you haven't been a subscriber, click on the bell icon so you don't miss notifications on the reviews, new content, giveaways, and all the fragrant fun always happening right here at PFL. Take care, stay blessed, and we will see you at the next video.
Bye.